Hello guys, we're going to do something a little different in this video. And by a little different, I mean I ran out of carbon dioxide, so I'm not going to be doing any welding today. But I still have to fit the engine. And so I think today what we're going to do is try to set the engine in place and start doing a preliminary where the heck it's got to go. All right. So once I got the engine in and kind of where I wanted it, this is where this mount's going to have to sit. I'm going to have to go as high to the frame rail as I can, or to the top of the frame rail. And then it's 8 bolts. I got to drill a bunch of bolts. There's actually a rivet in the way on both sides that I got to grind off. Used to hold this brake line bracket, so I'm going to have to cut the rivet off, pop that out both sides, then set the bottom corner into this big hole that's here as high as we can get it and as far forward as we can get it. And then the other 3 holes should do the trick. So once I get ready to do that, I will turn the camera on again, and we'll see what kind of mess I can get into then. All right, now I've got to drill 6 holes. Well, yeah, 6 holes. And get these mounts bolted in where I think they need to go. And I'm not sure you want to watch me drill a hole, but I'll get back as soon as I have finished drilling it, and we'll see what happens next. All right, here it is from the other side. Notice it's a pipe in a pipe. I haven't put it at the right angle yet because I want to put the engine and transmission in together, and then there's also some left and right that I can adjust. And then when that's all transmissions attached and all that, and I get everything centered, then I can weld the two together. But not a bad little kit. I mean, this piece came out of a Chinese kit, and I don't mind this so much. I'm going to weld some extra bracing to it, I think. But these the motor mounts that come with the kits are garbage, so I'm going to do something different. And now, once we get the engine sitting in place and the transmission in, which is still actually sitting in a motorhome up on the hill, I haven't even taken it out of the other truck yet, so I don't think we're going to be in a rush for that. I have got to figure out how to hook that to that. So, that'll be, I don't think that'll be this video. I think that's going to be next video. Yeah, we'll get the engine set back in. I'll come back. So this is my setup. I'm old-fashioned. I don't have too much to actually do engines with other than a 100-year-old chain fall. I've been doing them this way since I was a little kid. What I have to do now is roll the truck under the engine because I can't really move the engine. So I'm going to set you guys up somewhere, and we'll let you get a lovely view of what's going on. Okay. Well, now I got to make the transmission hump and finish the firewall. But finally, there is a transmission attached to the engine out of the motorhome that I crashed. A couple other things is I've been working on door gaps and getting them to shut right, which of course this one doesn't yet. There we go. But it's getting closer. And then on this side, this side's getting very close with a little modification. I got to finish stitch welding that back together, but I don't even have a latch on this door right now, and it shuts beautiful. That's where we're at. Hey guys, Doc here, underneath my truck. Been a while. I have some video. It's very incoherent and it's all over the place. I've done a bunch of things. I'm upside down right now, which is why I look like I'm upside down. I'm under the truck. And I am going around and welding everything that I hadn't finished welded yet. Everything's tacked, but I want to go through and, before I forget, and get everything together. I don't want to screw things up so bad and have the rear end fall out or something because I forgot to weld it in. At any rate, a few other things have happened. I got the engine set in place, and that's part of the video I'm going to try and add to this. Yeah, I shaved, so I look a little different. And so when you're watching the video, it's going to go all over the place in history. My beard's going to get longer and shorter and all sorts of crazy things. But next, I want to show you what I found on the doors. Now, I found some writing, and unfortunately a lot of it's been sanded off, but it says Botwick River Bridge, and then I couldn't read the rest. So I came over here to the other side, and today I was standing this side, and it says Botwick River and Bridge STS. I don't know what that means. Maybe you do. Patterson, New Jersey, AR4 4627. So that's an old phone number. What STS be? It's not services. But yeah, apparently this was a company that worked on bridges. Sometime, I would guess, with AR4 4627 and the door being off of a 49. I don't know, somewhere in 1950. Cool, huh? All right, next thing we're going to show is I've been working on the firewall and getting the engine set in place, and that's the rest of the video. So let me pause us here, and then I'll add the rest of the video to the back. Doc here again. Hey guys. Well, we're going to be working on the Pontiac a little bit today, and I should explain, I think, what we've decided to do with it. It's really in bad shape. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to screw it back together again, get as much support as we can, and then use that Pontiac 400 and what do we got? I think I got a sag on. I got some sort of 4-speed in there. And we're going to put this thing together and make a beater, race car, drag, whatever the hell we are going to do. But I've been doing my truck now for a couple of years, and I've been doing it to the best of my ability and trying to get everything in it welded perfect and done straight and all that. And this is just not going to be that car. You see, it doesn't have any floors. It didn't have any structure. I found that I had this piece of double-walled rack body from an old truck. So I've cut it in half, and I've made new supports, and I've reattached the A-pillar because the A-pillar was just floating in space. And yes, I probably will weld that. Then I'll drill the holes and put new bolts in. But in the meantime, I've got to put some skin on this thing, and it really doesn't have any. So I've got an old Valvoline sign, which now has the word Valvoline cut out of it, which is going to be, I think, this floor here. So let me trim things off and get a new cutting wheel, and we'll work on this for a while. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just beating this old Valvoline sign into place. Next thing I got to do is I got to drill some holes for the body mounts. I can drill them from underneath through the original body mounts, and we'll get some bolts and we'll crank them down in here and get this thing tightened up. And then when we do, I can trim off that end of the sign and get it screwed in. And I have this part that says auto repair here, and I think that's gonna fix some of this once I get this cut out. And then I have thank you, and thank you, I believe, is gonna go on the other side. And I have other sheet metal to go in between if we have to. But I thought we'd put some floor down, at least so I don't fall through it when I'm working on the car. Somebody's toy in the 80s. I mean, they built this, I'm guessing, around the time I was in high school. Because they got the old get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on. Apparently this had a small block Chevy in it at one. Yeah, that's it for today. I think. Maybe I'll show you after I put the holes in the floor.